Hey guys, Patrick Walters here, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro. I'm going to give y'all a couple quick settings that I run on my side scan. Side scans, it's really not complicated. You can do a couple different things. What I like to do is, you can see there's a nice tree we went right over there, and we'll go around the corner and we'll see one with fish in it. But what I like to do is I turn my down imaging, this is the Lowrance, I turn my contrast +3. I really like +3, it shows fish really well, shows brush really well. And then when I'm showing my side scan, I got it paused right now because we were graphing through here. I turn this down usually 1 or 2 sometimes. Sometimes +1 is right now, but this one's the one I play with the most. I turn my down imaging to +3 and it typically stays there as long as the water doesn't get super dirty. Down here at the bottom, let's get the boat moving real quick. I'm running 455 right now. I like 455. Trent likes 800. Trent at SonarPros. Trent, and listen, Trent's opinions, it's pretty darn good, but I like the 455 because I can see structure out further when I'm looking just for structure. If I'm looking for more fish detail and just the fish, I'll go to 800 kilohertz instead of 455. But if I'm looking for rocks, brush piles, any kind of structure, that's when I'm gonna run the 455. And typically all you're gonna do is, I'm just gonna mess with the contrast. This is the palette that I like the most. This is the blue palette on Lowrance. I typically run this orange one. It is palette number 8 for down imaging. It just shows the fish really well. And this is palette number 9. So 8 and 9 makes it easy. But typically this one's gonna be -2 to +1. That way it kind of helps pop the fish a little bit more. And it's that simple. I don't mess with anything else. I keep my range anywhere from 100. I'll go to 120. A lot of times if I'm super clear water, deeper water, looking for structure, I like 100. Every now and then I'll go to 80 feet range, but I like 100. That way you get good detail, takes up the whole screen. Still got a little part for GPS, and that allows you, there's some good rock right there. Let's see if we can pop over a pile. But that allows you to kind of see things, good detail. It's simple, it's easy, and you kind of set it there and you leave it there. That's one thing that I don't mess with that much. Where like my live scope and stuff up front, my Garmin, I am playing with that one, tinkering. I'm tinkering with that one almost on every spot, where this one stays here and that baby's locked solid. All right guys, Patrick Walters here. SonarPros literally keeps your graphs clean, keeps everything working, when at the end of the day, you still have the same voltage you had at the start of the day. And that's the biggest deal. You know, sometimes if you run lead acid batteries, which I ran lead acid for a long time, towards the end of the day, you're getting 11 volts on your graph, and you're just almost 10 sometimes, and you're just really not, if you get to 10, that battery's about dead. Your battery don't want to crank it over, and it literally takes the stress off of your battery running a dedicated power harness, because all your graphs can work at their max capability, crisp image, and trust me, who doesn't want to catch more fish in a day? And that really, I think that's what helps you, is when you can see the fish clearly, you can make accurate casts, you're more efficient on the water, you can find fish faster, whether you're at the bow or the console. That's why I run a SonarPros dedicated power harness.